Imagine the African savanna a million years ago. The dawn light falls on a tall, sturdy figure, a Homo erectus man. He stands about 1.5 to 1.7 meters tall, with heavy brow ridges and a long, low skull, brain about 600 to 1100 cc. His body is muscular, built for endurance. He owns a simple toolkit, large Acheulean hand axes and chopping tools used to cut meat and dig for roots. Life is brutally primal. He lives in a tribe that forages and hunts across grasslands and woodlands, sometimes building simple shelters or caves for nights. Each morning they wake hungry, relying on keen eyes and stone tools to hunt antelope, buffalo, and even young elephants. The new human-like body of H. erectus, longer legs, shorter arms, upright gait, lets him roam farther than any ancestor before. But the world is dangerous. On the open savanna, big predators lurk: saber-toothed cats, lions, hyenas, and wild dogs. Homo erectus is both hunter and hunted. He may take down a grazing rhino with clever teamwork or find carcasses abandoned by other carnivores. Yet any kill could attract a swarm of predators. Lions have been known to prey on early humans. Archaeologists have even found lion tooth punctures on one butchered human bone. Droughts can dry up waterholes. Harsh winters in Eurasia can starve the weak. Every day is a gamble. In one grisly discovery, scientists found a 1.45 million-year-old shin bone in a Kenyan museum collection. It turns out this isn't just any bone. It's covered in unmistakable butchery marks. 9 parallel stone tool cuts run along the spot where the calf muscle attaches, as if a butcher stripped the flesh off the leg with practiced strokes. 2 larger punctures on the same bone match the teeth of a big cat, suggesting a lion or other predator also bit into it. In plain terms, something terrible happened here. An early human, likely Homo erectus, or a close relative, had his leg processed like venison, possibly after a lion wounded him or vice versa. If the butcher and victim were both Homo erectus, this is the oldest known cannibalism. If not, it's still our human cousins being eaten. Mary Leakey found this bone in 1970, but it wasn't until 2017 that scientists recognized the cut marks. The analysis was meticulous: 3D scans, dental molds, a database of butchery marks, all confirming this was deliberate flesh removal, not natural damage. Archaeologists have since unearthed horrifying patterns worldwide. For example, Kenya, 1.45 million years ago, that shin bone from Lake Turkana shows clear butchery. It may well belong to a Homo erectus individual. Spain, Grandolina, 0.8 million years ago, at least 22 individuals of Homo antecessor, an early European human, were found with sliced and smashed bones. Skull fragments lack faces, long bones are broken for marrow, and even tooth marks show fellow humans biting into each other. One child buried there, long thought to be Boy of Grandolina, was actually a girl who died at age 10 and bears cuts on her bones. Researchers found that eating their own dead was remarkably profitable. Humans yielded more calories per effort than any other prey. Neanderthal Europe, 50 to 40,000 years ago, sites like the Goyet and Goff's caves reveal Neanderthal bones butchered the same way as animal carcasses. Often, bodies were dumped in pits alongside cut-up bison and horse. Scientists conclude that in these harsh climates, Neanderthals likely ate relatives to survive, not as part of ritual. We don't see evidence of aggression or ritual. One paleoanthropologist notes, they were simply butchering people as food. Late hunter-gatherers 10 to 15,000 years ago, even anatomically modern humans sometimes resorted to cannibalism. In England's Gough's Cave, human bones show filleting marks and tooth gouges as if a butcher tried to strip every scrap of meat. Cannibalism persisted into historic times in isolated groups under dire conditions. Each of these finds is scientific fact, bones bearing chop marks, crushed skulls, and bite marks. Studies enumerate signs of cannibalism: cut marks on human bone edges, broken long bones for marrow, missing faces, brains eaten, and even human teeth scraping marrow from ribs. If it looks like butchery and acts like butchery, experts say the answer is chillingly clear. Early humans sometimes did eat each other. Why would anyone eat their own kind? We can only guess, but the evidence suggests hunger and survival, not ritual horror. Imagine the scene: a winter siege or drought. The band is starving and cold. Food reserves are gone. A fallen tribesman, a brother, sister, child, lies dead. If the law of the time is survival, a decision must be made. As researcher Jesus Rodriguez found, prehistoric humans may have seen cadavers as convenient food. It's a lot of food at low cost, he notes. In one analysis of Homo antecessor diets, human flesh ranked as high-calorie prey that was easier to find than other animals. In other words, if a member dies, why not eat them rather than starve? Psychologically, this paints a grim picture. Our ancestors at their bleakest, instincts overriding familial bonds. There's no evidence of mourning or ceremony in these cases, just the pragmatic work of butchery. We think they were probably just eating people because they were food, says paleoanthropologist Brianna Pobiner. At the time, there may have been no entrenched taboo yet. We hadn't learned about germs or ethics. Cannibalism among many animal species is a natural behavior under stress, and it seems our lineage was no different. Nonetheless, we humanize the horror. Picture a young hunter gathering a thigh bone around the campfire, checking for bullet ants in the meat, the crackle of flames, the rain outside. The knowledge that what's cooking was once human, it's deeply unsettling to us. It would likely have been horrifying then too, even if we left no record of it. The archaeological remains are silent, but our imagination fills in the terror, hunger gnawing louder than any conscience, blurred faces of the dead at the table. Today, we recoil at cannibalism, but Homo erectus had different rules, or no rules. They teach us about the raw roots of survival. Our remote ancestors endured unimaginable extremity. In that shadowed world, survival often was horror. They lived and died by brute necessity, where a fallen comrade's body was both a tragedy and a resource. Perhaps the most shocking lesson is that cannibalism isn't a modern aberration. It's woven through much of human prehistory. Our own species, like those before it, has done it under duress. These findings shatter the romantic image of prehistoric man as a noble hunter-gatherer, guided by distant ethics. Instead, they hint at a primal instinct lurking within us, the will to survive, even against our deepest taboos. As you ponder the Homo erectus story, ask yourself this: what would you do in their place? In the end, those ancient bones speak volumes. They whisper a truth about humanity's roots, that the line between hunter and hunted, predator and prey, can blur in desperation. The encounter with our cannibalistic past is uncomfortable, but it forces us to confront how far we've come and the darkness that once dwelled within our own kind.